Hi, my name is Julianne Harty. I'm the brand manager for Blade and Soul.
Julian, tell us about the story behind Blade and Soul.
So this is a very epic wuxia story where the concepts of vengeance and revenge really follow through your entire way. So this is a game that really follows the storyline. At the very beginning, your master and your clan, it gets destroyed, completely eliminated by this woman, Jin Se-yun, in order to obtain this artifact called the Twilight's Edge. And your journey through the entire beginning of the game to the end is bettering yourself and cleansing yourself in order that you can stand up and face her to enact revenge on the fact that she killed your master.
So how does the story work in an MMO? Because you have hundreds of players playing through the story. Is it all the same story from their perspective?
It is the same story, but it's every time you get into a story instance, it's your own personal story. So you go in there on your own, you experience the situations on your own, and when you come out, you just everyone that's around you is just other people in the martial arts universe.
Can you talk about some of the classes that are in the game?
Yeah, so we have 6 classes, and they run a variety from the Summoner, which is our only pet class, to the Kung Fu Master, which feels a lot like your Bruce Lee type of style, where you do lots of punches, kicks, and so on and so forth. And so each one has their own unique strengths and weaknesses. We don't have a dedicated tank, we don't have dedicated healers, we have a lot of DPS, but they also have their own unique offerings to bring into especially group situations.
Can you talk about how your class system works? Is it talent-based? Is it weapon-based, gear-based?
It's very much talent-based. So, and when I say talent-based, there's 2 areas. So we have customizable skill trees in which you can, according to your own playstyle, you can build and customize your skills according to that particular playstyle. So if you really want to be DPS heavy, you can go along a DPS route. If you want to be more a tanky kind of dominating person, you go down that route. But on top of that, because this is a very action-based and it's combo-based, so if you can line up combos and be very, very quick about it, that skill going through the game enables you to really manage the play experience. It's not something you just rotate through your basic skills. You have to be very much on the ball because people will counter you, people will knock you down, and you can do the same thing. You can counter their counters, and it's just so reactive.
Can you go through the instance and raid content? Can people solo some of it and then have to group for others, and how big are your raids?
Yeah, so we have solo instances, we do have solo dungeons, we have group dungeons. The biggest one we have so far is 24-man. You can do 6-man, you can do 4-mans, and of course, like I said, the solos.
And what kind of gear do you get in the game? I'm assuming armor, weapons, and stuff like that?
Yeah, but this is slightly different from traditional MMOs. So instead of actually having armor, we have what's known as a soul shield. They're 8-piece medallions that you put in slots, and what you have in your medallion does not affect what you're wearing. So you can have any kind of costume you can have any kind of costume that you want whatsoever, and it will not affect your stats, and your stats are all based upon that soul shield. The other cool thing about it is your weapon. You start off with an epic weapon, and you feed other weapons into it, and you maintain and you grow that as you continue on. So you hold on to the same weapon all the way through, and it's just such a different experience because in other MMOs, you have to go after and get this particular weapon or that particular weapon. You're always having to sit there and say which one's best for me. The one you get from the start will always be the best for you up until the end game.
Can you talk about how big the world is and what kind of environments the player will be exploring?
Oh, this is phenomenal. So it's very much based upon like medieval China fantasy, and so the environments are very, very lush. You have bamboo forests, you have farmlands, you have icy peaks and snowy areas, you have gorgeous beaches in which you run around and meet some giant crabs. It's a full gamut of environments and situations, and it's just gorgeous. Like you can run through and you'll see something in the distance and say, "What is that? That's amazing." You can go and just check it out. It's a beautiful place.